This, in physics, is something we call as gravitational singularity. It is a point in time and space with infinite mass and gravity. In general terms, singularity means a point with rapid change that makes the impossible possible. These are all very accurate explanations, but the way I like to understand it is as a point where all becomes one and one becomes all. It is super easy to understand if visualized, and it happens much more often than we actually know. But it is a massively unexplored area. To imagine it in some way, see this. This is an embryo, you and me, starting as a single cell, then multiplying so rapidly that it somehow becomes one. Earlier, I used to think of it as none instead of one. But if you think about it, it doesn't really make a difference. How is half of infinity any different from infinity itself? The very nature of things that affect human beings are derived by this concept. For example, religion. In religion, we offer here God is one or God is all. And in spirituality, it's often said that to find oneself is to become one with all. In human thought, that Eureka movement can somewhat be compared to this, a point where none of it transforms into something or everything. Time for some technicalities. From common sense, we can gather that current AI models must be having some brain, right? But that brain is very different from a human brain. On a very high level, an AI brain consists of memory, links between those memory nodes, mechanisms to process information in parallel, and a couple of mechanisms to produce an optimized output.
Hold up. Memory? How does that work, handsome?
Let me explain. AI models like Claude's Opus, Google's Gemini, or ChatGPT's GPT model work on tokens. A token can be a word, a subword, or even a single character. Each token is represented by a very big number. Why numbers? Because that's what computers understand. These numbers are called vector embeddings, by the way. A vector in math is something that can signify direction as well as a magnitude. The interesting part is that these numbers are multidimensional. Fancy words, I know, but very simple. Imagine this. The word boy can be represented as 43, 114, 108, 2. Just random numbers for now. How are they derived? Math and logic, but I think that's for some other day. This is one directional for now. So for computers and mathematical calculations, let's put it into an understandable structure. How do we make it 2D? We had these initial numbers. We'll add some more random 1D numbers. We will combine all of them in a single structure. Initially, they are all random numbers. But when an AI model is trained to do what it does, these numbers change into something that AI model prefers. Just like humans learn things. Everyone understands different concepts in their own way. But what do these dimensions signify? Honestly, we don't know. That's something that an AI model decides. But a good understanding of it is, like for example, for a word like king, these different dimensions may signify different qualities or terms like man, kingdom, royalty, etc. Why these big multi-dimensional numbers are even relevant? Because it helps an AI model to keep similar words together. For example, vector embeddings for words like man, boy, son, king might be in a similar space in an AI model's brain. Similarly, words like car, truck, aeroplane might be in a similar space in an AI's brain, but very far away from the older embeddings. You see where I'm going? This is how an AI model's brain look like. Is it similar to a human being? But the important thing is that despite having such a big brain, so much understanding of things, it cannot look at itself from zero, from the shunya, being there while being absent, or being absent while being there, connecting to all at once or not connecting to anything at all. Compare it to your brain. You need that house, you need that car, that girl, that extra 10 minutes of sleep, that last burger before you start eating clean, that vacation. Sounds familiar? Look around you. How many people want a different life? And even if they do want a different life, are they able to get it? Even after they get the life they want, do they feel a void inside them? We all have that natural ability to go beyond, to get what we really want, to be whole, to fill that void. Does an AI model have these needs? Does an AI model think? Does an AI model perceive the world in a similar way? When something feels good to you, you remember it. Your memory grows in real time. If given enough attention, you can look at the situation from the zeroth dimension, the first dimension, the second dimension, the third dimension. What about the fourth? This, as per me, is what current AI models or current AI is lacking. This might make it truly conscious, might help us achieve superintelligence. So the question is, can we?
Can we what, sweetie?
Can we